Yo, welcome back to the Paulie Z show. This is episode 5, and I have to be honest with you, I'm surprised we made it this far. And believe it or not, we've been getting more and more viewers because we actually have some fan mail.
Viewers?
It is true. Yes, people who view the screen as they watch the podcast. Listen, Big Jay, why don't you shut up, all right? I like to say viewers because I'm in TV mode.
Fair enough.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, my co-host, Mr. Big Jay Oakerson.
Hey.
Don't mind his voice. He's a little under the weather, so he might not sound like himself.
But I look like myself.
Yes.
So.
And you definitely smell like yourself.
Meow.
I don't know what that means because Jay doesn't smell. But anyway.
All right.
We're going to talk to a good buddy of mine, Mr. Dan, the Song Parody Man. Those of you who don't know who that is, he is the guy who works at the Howard Stern Show, and he does like all their, I don't want to say all, but he does a good amount of their song parodies. And for those who have followed ZO2 and know, a little bit about what we do, I have been doing those parodies for them for quite a while, and most of them get played on the air, and it's a lot of fun. And what's great about Dan is, he's a rock guy, he's a comic, and he loves food. So what we do is, in exchange for doing the songs, he takes me out to like these awesome steakhouses and stuff, and just buys me awesome, great dinners. And what? What are you gonna say, Jay?
Well, so you do his work, and then instead of giving you some of his money, he just buys you a steak.
Yeah, he gets me food. What? Hold on a second. I think we are getting. Why are we getting a call? It's not time for calls. I don't understand this. It is not call time.
Hey, it's Big Jay Oakerson. You've reached the Paulie Z show.
Yeah, wait, what?
This is Big Jay Oakerson. You've reached Paulie Z.
This is Big Jay Oakerson.
That's what I said. This is Big Jay Oakerson. You've reached the Paulie Z show.
No, is Paulie that Paulie?
Yes, who is this?
It's Big Jay Oakerson, Paulie. What are you talking about? Who is this? I've been waiting out here for you for 40 minutes to pick me up.
Oh.
I thought we're podcasting today.
We are.
Uh-oh.
Who the hell is that?
Big Jay Oakerson?
It's Big. Yeah, that's Big J. He has a cold. Who is this?
Paulie, who the hell is this saying to me?
Uh-oh. I think I got caught.
I don't understand. I am supposed to be Big Jay Oakerson.
You were supposed
Well, I am Big Jay Oakerson.
Jay, I'm so sorry. You didn't get my text message?
So Big Jay Oakerson's a real person.
Yes.
Is he really big?
He's big-boned.
I hate your guts.
This guy doesn't even look like me?
Oh, yeah, he does. Dude, I texted you. I was caught in the rain. There was no way I was going to get to your house in time, so I had to just come here, and I had to find a backup, and I actually have a guy who's a comic. I found a guy who's a comic, and he looks just like you, and he has the same demeanor and everything, so I just thought I would pass him off just for today.
Apparently you're a prick.
He's a comic who looks just like me.
Yes, shorter hair, but he's got the facial hair. He's got the same bone structure and same facial features, actually.
I'm actually a Big Jay Oakerson impersonator.
Well, I can't be fully mad at the guy because if he looks like me, he also lives with the burden of being irresistible to women. So on that note, I'm going to give him a pass.
But what about me? Are you going to give me a pass for trying to pass someone else off as you?
No, because look, let me tell you something. I know it's the American way, but every time you just decide you don't want to come get me, you can't just go behind a Home Depot somewhere and grab some day worker to take my spot. It doesn't work like that. This is
what
radio.
was I supposed to do? I needed a co-host.
This is Brentwood, though, Big Jay.
Well, hold on a second, bro. Let me ask you a question. Since when did I become car service? That's another thing. I have a gripe.
Friends pick up friends.
Paulie Z's a big star, Jay.
Yes. I don't
cruising around.
Thank you, Little Neil.
Picking up dudes.
By the way, his name is Neil, like your character's name on Z-Rock. How funny is that?
That is ironic.
Yeah.
He's not gay, is he?
I'm not sure. I haven't been hanging around him long enough.
The next thing you're going to tell me is this guy's trying to blow you in a closet somewhere.
I hope not.
Yeah, afraid not.
So I think I'm going to call him Little Neil. So Little Neil's
Little
going to be...
Neil and Big J?
Can he be a new
Fair
character
enough.
who'll be like your understudy?
My understudy, in case I go down, he has to jump in and know my lines.
Yeah. What do you think?
I suppose. Little Neil, do you curse a lot?
I do not curse a lot.
Well, that's going to be a major problem.
I know. It's...
Well, we've hit a wall with question one. Really, Paulie?
Well, I didn't know that. I don't know
I
Little
could
Neil.
say stuff like frig, like what the frig, and what is this S?
If this guy tells me that he's going to go take a crap, I'm hanging up the phone.
I say poop.
Listen, Jay, I was improvising, okay? What do you want from me? There's not a lot of Big Jay. There's not a lot of Big Jay. There's not a lot of Big Jay Oakerson impersonators out there, okay? So I think I did pretty damn good.
Well, luckily you found the one.
Well, you got to come next time you come in, though. We got to get you guys in here together. That is going to be freaking hilarious.
No. Did you see Back to the Future? Did you see Back to the Future? We can never meet, or it opens up a black hole.
That's a good point. All right, well, listen, since we have you on the line, I mean, hopefully, I did pick you up last week, so I have brownie points with you, okay? So
You did.
So, okay, I think we should call it even.
All right, we'll go on a wash.
Okay. Well, now, listen, since we have you on the line, we were going to talk about, Neil was going to read some of the Yo Paulie email that we got, some fan mail. Do you want to stay on the line for that?
Do any of these involve people saying how great I am?
I think I think so.
Probably none of them.
No, don't say that.
Damn it. Well, yes, Paulie. I'll pretend I only heard you on that.
Okay.
And let's roll the dice.
All right, so let's do it. Let's get into Yo Paulie. I think this is actually our first Yo Paulie segment. Yo Paulie! And we're going to start. What do we got?
We have a new message from Rob.
Uh-oh. Little Neil can't read either. You know what this reminds? Hold on, I got to interject for a second. Jay, did you see the episode? You watch Family Guy regularly, right?
I do.
Did you see the episode where Stewie clones himself? Did you see that?
Bitch
Yeah.
Stewie.
Bitch Stewie.
Yeah. This is bitch Jay. That's what reminds me. He's like, we got a message from Rob.
Robbie,
I don't read too well. I just
look
pooped
exactly
my
like-
pants.
He looks exactly like me, but he has a stroke face.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, listen, bitch Jay. What do you like better, Jay? Do you like Little Neil or bitch Jay?
You know, on defense of this guy's feelings alone, I'm going to have to go with Little Neil. But,
Okay.
Bitch Jay's hilarious.
I like bitch Jay. All right, I'm going with bitch Jay. All right, bitch Jay. Read the first email.
I'd always like to shake a guy's hand first, or at least high-five him before I call him bitch.
Well, I already shook his hand this morning, so I'm calling him bitch Jay, and you can call him Little Neil.
Fair enough.
Or Mini Jay.
All right, the first message is from Rob.
What does Rob say?
Rob says, "Hi, Paulie. Like your podcast." Just like. That was it. With an exclamation point.
Wait, how do you put an exclamation point for like?
Like.
It doesn't make sense. I like your podcast.
Not even I. Like your podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's only two letters of a change from love. It didn't even take any more effort to write love.
Oh, my Lord.
And he heard your mention that you're looking for another cable network for Z-Rock and suggested HBO, even though you talked about HBO in that episode. So apparently he stopped paying attention halfway through.
Or he started paying attention halfway through.
Yeah.
Either
I thought
one.
he was going to offer us to go with independent production company in his mom's basement.
Rob's Mom Productions.
Well,
You
yes.
guys should be on Rob
Alex
TV.
will produce it.
Alex, our wonderful producer. Well, the truth is, yes, for anyone out there in network land, we are in an option period, which is a very good thing because we are now able to take Z-Rock to another level. And HBO, I think, Jay, you and I have talked about this. That would be the ultimate place for us, I think.
Oh, of course, we do our thing, but we're probably going to end up on after the Robin Bird show on New York Metro.
I want to get on to the WB. Is that even around anymore? I don't think.
Yeah, but Jay is not enough of a persuasion.
Why don't we do it on My 9 at 1 o'clock in the morning, right after the Wendy Williams fourth repeat?
Well, I think, HBO would be awesome because we can continue the cursing and the nudity and all that stuff. But, it'd be great. I'd be curious to see what Z-Rock would be like on a different network if we had to tone some of that down. You know what I mean? It'd be very interesting.
Well, there'd be a lot less. It'd kill the funny.
Well, or it would just bring out different funny. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have different funny. I was referred to in the business as a one-trick pony.
Pony.
Oh, more like a one-trick horsey. I don't know about pony.
He just called you fat, dude.
I didn't say that. This is big. It's a big
Well,
guy.
luckily my arms aren't 75 miles long to punch you.
So, all right, let's...
Sorry.
Bitch.
Yes.
The only thing that would have made this morning better would have been if you drove past me really fast and splashed a puddle on me.
Bitch Jay is burping on
I would
air.
have mooned you out the side.
Well, I hope I just if it makes you feel any better, within like 30 seconds, Bitch Jay already reamed me because I said all our viewers, and he caught me on that. So he is doing a pretty good job of just making me look like an idiot.
Good. Well, as long as he's been briefed.
Okay. So, all right, what else do we got?
This one's way better. This is
Okay.
Tom, and I believe he's from New York also. Yo, Paulie, love the podcast, and it's all capitalized.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
I look forward to listening to the show every week. Thank you. That was great. Good thing we printed that and used paper.
That was it?
Wow, man, that was quite a rainbow. We went from an indifferent email to a stalker.
And Teresa in Yonkers, should I read it like she talks?
Yeah.
I just wanted to send you a shout out. She thinks,
is there stage direction for gum smacks?
Well, it's Teresa from Yonkers, so you know she's chewing a gum with her mouth open. Because boob jobs don't come with instructions on how to keep your mouth closed when you eat. Just wanted to send you a shout out. ZO2 is awesome. You guys rock. We have one less viewer now. I subscribe to this podcast and think it's really cool. Blah, 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 blah. She wants you to go to Burke's Bar in Yonkers. She thinks that's a place you'd like. And P.F. Chang's. Apparently, P.F. Chang's.
Really? Wait, where is this? Yonkers?
Yeah, white place.
Wait, I like this. Hold on a second. She could be starting a whole new trend. I want now people can recommend places that we can go
But
eat when we're on
chains?
tour.
You want them to recommend chains?
I don't care.
Chili's. Go to Chili's.
No, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Oh, Paulie, if you're ever in Omaha, you should go check out this place called Fridays. TGI Fridays. They have a Jack Daniel's burger that is to die for.
I think it's called Tagai.
Wait, is that a chain?
Fridays.
That place she's talking about?
P.F.
Yeah.
Chang's? You've never been to a
No,
P.F. Chang's?
no. What is P.F. Chang's?
We're going there for lunch.
What is it?
It's a cheesy chain Chinese food place. It's fancy, but not fancy.
It's It's Americana Chinese food.
You know, I didn't know. I
Not
honestly
like fancy in like an expensive way. Fancy
Right.
in like a.
But what's funny is I didn't know there was an actual chain Chinese food. I always wondered, like, is Ollie's, in New York? That's not chain across the country, right?
I have
No, there's like a walk and roll. Isn't walk and roll a chain?
Is it? Possibly.
Alex is screaming Panda Express.
Yeah. Panda
Oh yeah,
Express?
Panda Express.
I guess so.
right.
That's
It's
national,
fast
right?
food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's different. It's different.
But what I'm saying, like more
I
like
see
an
what you're saying.
Outback, like a
macaroni grill.
yes, like
yeah.
more of a restaurant.
That's
like
what this is. That's what
it
this
is
is.
really
Yeah, yeah.
P.F. Chang's. That's
yeah,
interesting.
It's like the Bertucci's of Chinese food.
Okay,
Yeah,
and that's national.
Yeah,
across
it's
the country.
Americanized and it's expensive
Very
for
interesting.
what it is. And
Now, Jay, have you been there?
P.F. Chang's? No, I have not.
What about you, bitch, Jay?
in
I get
Nashville,
my,
actually.
You have.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I get my
interrupt you.
Chinese food from the little rat-infested corner stores like everybody else.
That's the ones
Like
I
an
like.
American.
Yes, that's the ones I like. How was it, bitch?
P.F. Chang's?
Yeah.
I've only been to one. I've only
Was
been
it
to
was
once.
okay?
No, because I only went to it once. They're everywhere, and I choose not to go to them.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying without saying it. But then I said it.
Okay.
Good silent protest, Lil Neil. They'll get the message in a year or two.
Well, I think I appreciate. I want to say, Teresa, I appreciate the recommendations, but I think you guys have a good point. I think, guys, if you're going to email us over here and recommend stuff, I would prefer if you can recommend things that are more local, because obviously chain restaurant, it's we know about them and it's not as interesting. I'd like to know, if I go to Yonkers, is there a place? Is that the only place you recommended, or is there anything else on there?
You stole it from me.
Oh, I stole it. I have it here. Wait, hold on.
Paul,
What
would
about?
you be willing to eat like people's weird suggestions? Like, I know it sounds not good, but they have the best frog legs in whereverville. Would you eat that?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm a pretty adventurous eater, but I don't know if, like, you ever see that? What's that? Bizarre Foods, that show?
Andrew Zimmer.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I can. I get crazy. Like, I'd probably try frog's legs, but there's other things that I don't know if I would go for. Like, I'm not I'm not into like trying the weirdest things of the world, but I am very adventurous. Like I like all types of food, Indian, Thai. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my friends won't go to those kind of places.
Oh, well, I guess lucky for you, the show, we don't have a budget to podcast from India. We're not going to go over and eat weird foods around the world.
No, that's not what I meant.
But there could be like
yeah, like the carniceria down the block from where we record has bull's balls.
For real?
For real. And tripe and stuff like that.
Bull's balls?
Bull's balls.
Yeah. Then why don't you go down and eat some bull's balls?
Oh, Jesus.
Do it. Do it.
Why don't you fucking man up
Do it, man
and go eat a bull ball for the show? Do you even care about this podcast?
He's right, Paulie. Jay's
all right, you know what? For the podcast, I will teabag some bull's balls. I will have a pair of bull balls with a tea bag on the side.
Oh man, you are so easy. You are so easy to manipulate. I would have just said I quit the show.
Well, that's the difference between me and you.
Well, besides height and weight and hair and life goals and talents, yes, that is also the big thing.
What is this? Pastinas in Hartsdale. God, the food is awesome. And Burke's Bar. So these sound like local places. Pastinas and Burke's Bar. Listen, I'll tell you what. For those of you out there who are listening, if you do have local favorites, places, think about the way like Man vs. Food, that guy goes to places that are specific to that area. That's the kind of stuff I'm interested in. Because when we're on tour, and Jay, I'm sure you know this too, like when you're on the road, and especially like at night, things that are open late, it's very hard to find good stuff. I'm so sick of freaking Denny's and Dunkin' Donuts. Actually, I'm going off on a tangent for a second, but I wanted to...
Just the one.
Yeah, just one tangent. Remember, we were in Philly. ZO2 played Philly. And by the way, it turned out to be a great show. I thought it was going to suck because when we got there, no one was there. And all of a sudden, when we got on stage, it was like packed. And this has been happening quite regularly. So it's been pretty cool. But anyway, it was a great show. We were starving, and the traditional like eat out after the show. That's my favorite part. And we couldn't find anything that was open.
In Philly?
Philly. But, because we don't know where we're going. And I iPhoned it and we MapQuested it. And there were a couple diners and then we called them and they were closed. And then we got lost trying to find another diner. So we went to Dunkin' Donuts. I know. And then when I told Jay flipped out on me. Right, Jay?
Yeah. You didn't go to... I mean, if you go to South Street alone after a show, things are open. That's like the main throughway in Philly. But...
what was the place you were telling me, though?
Pat's and Geno's. I mean, I can't believe you've never even heard of that before.
Yeah, you can do Pat's and Geno's.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I actually lived on South Street. I lived above a place called Food Tech, and it was the best. But it is close, so there's no point in even talking about it. But
Jay's from Philly.
I started comedy on 2nd and South at the Laugh House.
That's actually where I did my first open mic.
Oh, my God. This is scary.
I watched Seinfeld's Comedian, and then I went and did an open mic and bombed.
Wow, how different was that? You went and watched Seinfeld's Comedian, and you went and performed at Showtime at the Apollo on a Thursday.
Do you guys have the same beauty marks, like in hidden spots on your body?
Yes, I mean...
Well, I'll be honest. That one beauty mark I showed you was actually a genital wart.
So no.
So after this compound W kicks in, I will not have the same beauty marks.
So, all right, what was the place? Pat's and Johnny's?
Pat's and Geno's.
Have you really never heard? Have you never heard of Pat's and Geno's?
No.
Have you never the famous cheesesteaks from Philly?
No, I heard about that, and maybe you know what? Maybe I've heard of it.
Have you never watched the Boys to Men video, Motown Philly?
Not on purpose.
Did you not go through a wigger phase when you were a young man?
No, actually. When I was in junior high, I guess the closest wigger moment I had was when I was like in junior high, and I think like through high school a little bit. I would wear real baggy jeans, but like colors, like purple, green, orange. You know what I mean? Like I would get them like 20. They were like $15, $20
at the flea market.
Yeah.
Were you going to Hillman College this time?
No. Maybe I heard of Pat's and Geno's, but it definitely didn't register in my brain, so I probably forgot about it.
Purple jeans?
Purple jeans, yeah.
Were you auditioning for Color Me Bad?
Green too, man. Like real like puke forest green. It was bad. It was really.
Why did you wear green pants?
Because they were cheap, and I didn't care about fashion in those days, and they were very comfortable.
But
did you get laid? Did you get laid in high school?
No, I did not.
I
Never?
remember it was kind of hip though for a minute to wear like
was a
those
little- yeah.
terrible colors. I mean, you
It
have
was-
to be able to pull it off, but
I wasn't the only one wearing them, obviously. And jogging pants. I wore a lot of jogging pants.
I'll be honest. I think you were the only one wearing green jeans.
I might have been.
Jay, you ever wear, or either of you guys, do you ever wear Z Cavariccis?
You know what? I was too fat for Cavaricci, so I had to go buy Hugo Bosses with pleats. As long as your jeans had pleats and you could peg the bottoms, you were doing good.
Yeah, I don't know what I was wearing. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I wore anything name brand until like later in life. So you can name anything. The only thing I had that I remember were the alligators. The Lacoste.
Izod? Was that it?
No, isn't that Lacoste? Was the
Lacoste?
alligator?
Whatever.
Which is the one with the alligator?
iPod Lacoste.
Well, whatever. All right, let's get back on track here. All right, let's do one more. Yo,
All right,
Paulie.
This is
Well, we have Jay on the line here. Go ahead.
This is from Angela in the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Ooh, is that near Holland?
That is Holland.
Oh.
It
actually.
is Holland, you dimwit.
Well, I was close.
Picked up the podcast with Mr. Mike Portnoy today. So this is from a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Through the Mike Portnoy forum. And enjoyed it a lot. That's 5 listeners for you now. Oh, she was making a joke about a joke you made. Oh, very good, Angela. I didn't know you spoke English.
Well, all right. Well, then that's good. We have actually.
I can't hear her email over her wooden shoes clanking.
Well, we have.
I'm glad she took the time out from reclaiming the ocean to type an email.
We have hundreds and hundreds of more emails, but we chose to only go through these.
Hundreds of just this one more.
No. We've got. I mean, there are literally bags of email. Wait.
Unfortunately, most of them are offering. Unfortunately, most of those bags are threatening to are offering to extend my penis or for me to buy a gold mine in Africa.
All right. Well,
You
anyway,
know Akon? Sorry.
it is nice. It is nice to finally get some. I mean, we're only on episode 5, and already we're getting fan mail. So what does that say? That says nothing. But that's
It
still a
says,
good
"What are
sign.
we doing? Not playing the Netherlands."
Yo, all three of these emails are from this one girl, Carol. And I imagine she's Chinese.
Also, maybe she works at P.F. Chang's. She can get us a discount at P.F. Chang's. Let's email her back.
Hopefully.
Well, listen, I will check out P.F. Chang's next time I see it. But we will be back in Philly, and I will go to Pat's. And what are you doing?
I smacked the microphone.
Don't smack the microphone.
I'm sorry.
We will definitely check out. What is it called? Pat's and Chang's?
Pete and Gino's?
Pete and Gino's? Is it Pete and Gino's?
It's Pat and Gino's.
Pat and Gino's.
And I keep saying Pete and Gino's.
Pat and Gino's.
Pat's is on one
Pat's?
side.
No, it's Pat's Steaks is
and
one
Gino's.
place,
It's two
and
separate.
Gino's Steaks is another, and they're right across the street from each other.
Oh, I thought it was one place, Pat's and Gino's.
No.
Now
Pat's.
listen, you're going to be lured in by the bright signage of Gino's, but
Okay.
that's how they get you. You're going to go over to Pat's where Rocky went. Are you better than Rocky? Is that what you're saying, Paulie?
I'm
I
not
don't think
better.
you're better than Rocky.
Not at
Then
all.
you will go over to Pat's like a goddamn adult.
Wait, Pat's is where? Is that the place that has like a plaque that said Rocky stood here or something?
Yes, it does not say Sylvester Stallone. It said Rocky, as if he's a real person.
That's
because
great.
I'm not fully convinced he's not.
That is great. Well, then, so you would recommend for all our viewers out there, Big Jay Oakerson, recommend Pat's as the ultimate.
I say Pat's Steaks for the cheesesteak. Go across the street to Gino's for the cheese fries.
Oh, really? Look at this.
That is a fat dude move.
First of all, my grandmother has just reiterated to me yesterday that I am not fat. I am big boned. Number one.
Embrace it, dude. It's cool.
Jay, I wish you were here though, because it's like the pot calling the kettle black.
What? No way.
Yeah, I was going to say. I said, this guy looks so much like me. He's got to be a big guy.
I'm only 300 pounds.
You're only 300?
Only.
What do you,
Oh, man.
Jay? What do you weigh?
Well, I'm going to go do sit-ups till I'm 299 just to be not the fattest guy in the room.
All right. Listen, Jay, thanks for calling in and ruining my cover up here.
Your sham.
Yeah.
This whole thing's a sham. You're hoodwinking people.
Well, you know what would be great is if we can get the two of you guys here together. Would be awesome. And then
I think it'd be funny if we find out there's 9 other white people that you've somehow been seeing behind my back also.
Every week we'll have a different person.
He's like a bear
Every week we
lover.
find there's another person, and then you leave, and then I leave you and go back to Sweden or wherever I was from. Tiger Woods reference? Nothing?
No,
Nothing?
sorry. Sorry, we're not that sophisticated on this show.
All right.
Maybe that's...
All right, come on, let's wrap this up now. We got to talk to Dan, the Song Parody Man. We're going to call him in about 2 seconds. But Big Jay Oakerson, everybody, big round of applause for Big Jay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And Bitch Jay, let me hear you say yeah.
Hey.
All right.
All right, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, we'll talk to you next time. Jay, hopefully you can come in next week, all right? I'm not picking you up, though. That's it. I'm done.
Oh.
Come on. Take a fucking bus. All right, I love you, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Love you, brother. Better.
Barbecue ribs and chicken thighs, cheeseburger platter with a side of fries, porterhouse and chocolate sweets. Baby, it's time for Paulie Eats. Oh yeah! All right, let's see if we get Dan on the phone.
Hello, this is Dan.
Dan, yo, it's Paulie Z.
Hey guys, are we on the air?
We are on the air. Can you believe it?
Nice. Live and uncensored. I can say anything I want.
Anything you want, baby.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
listen, I have. Let me introduce you to my guest co-host today. We were trying to pass him off as Big Jay Oakerson because he wasn't able to make it. I was supposed to pick him up, and because of the weather and the traffic, I actually had to abort that mission. But I found a Big Jay Oakerson look-alike and impersonator at the last minute. How funny is that? He looks like him. He talks like him. He's a comedian, everything. And his name...
A reasonable facsimile is what you're saying.
Yes, a reasonable facsimile. That is... did you say facsimile? That's not very nice.
I may have been a Freudian slip. I'm sorry if it was.
Yo, this Dan guy's a dick.
Well, let me introduce Dan. This is what we call him. His name is Neil, which is ironic because that's Jay Oakerson's character's name on Z-Rock. His name is Neil, and we call him Little Neil, or you can call him Bitch Jay.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Stupid.
I like Bitch Jay, like Bitch Stewie on Family Guy. What do you think?
That's bitchy Little Neil, since he said I was a dick already.
Listen, Dan, me and you are going to fist fight. It's not going to end well for either of us.
Well,
which do you want to do first, Neil? Fist or fight? That's my question.
Oh boy. This is what I get for getting comics on this show. I knew I should have kept it to musicians. All right. So what I wanted to talk to you about today, well, I told, I was telling the viewers real quickly, why do I keep saying viewers? You know what it is? I'm so used to being a TV star.
In your defense, they're actually watching you on the computer, even though they're only listening to the sound. They're still staring at the screen, probably.
That's what I said. I told Bitch Jay that before when he was giving me a hard time about the viewers. But a podcast usually, when I was listening to the podcast, I was looking at the screen. So it's true.
Yeah, you're just naturally inclined to do that. Just to divert to digress for a second, I remember when we first got cable when I was a kid, and WPLJ was the big rock station in New York, the channel guide that would just tell you what was on TV would play WPLJ as the background music.
Right.
And literally at the end of the night at a party, everybody would sit around stoned in the TV room, and we'd just stare at the TV guide for hours listening to WPLJ and watching the upcoming shows scrolling up and down the screen. So, yeah, we were actually watching WPLJ at the time, which was a radio station.
Yeah, I remember WPLJ.
Yeah, they rocked for a while.
Well, listen, what I wanted to talk to you about, two things. One, I was telling Bitch Jay about our little deal that we had as far as doing the parodies.
It was quite a scam. Quite a scam you've got going, Dan.
He thinks you're scamming me by taking me out to dinner as opposed to writing me a big fat check. What do you say about that?
Well, I'm not taking you out to dinner as a friendly gesture. I mean, your payment is being, we're doing this with each other because it's mutually beneficial and we're friends. But, your payment is that your voice is being heard by millions of people on the greatest radio show in the history of radio itself. The dinner thing is just, They played, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my songs on the air. So, that would have to make them the greatest show in the history of radio, I would imagine, whether I'm a company man or not. But, the dinner thing is just I know that Paulie is a food connoisseur, much like myself, and I just like to have the opportunity to share that type of experience with a friend of mine.
Well, that's what I say. I looked at it the same way. I wasn't thinking of it as like a job where I was looking to get pay. It really was, I enjoy doing them, and I'm always appreciative when Howard plays them, especially when he mentions that I'm the one. Not all the time that he plays them is he mentioning who's singing it, but there have been quite a few times where he said this is Paulie Z from the band ZO2 or from the show Z-Rock, and he's been very complimentary, which is another great thing. Obviously, if he's saying, yeah, that's Paulie Z, but he's not a very good voice, that's one thing. But he's been really, really complimentary about my vocal and my vocal prowess, let's say. And so it's mutually beneficial. I can't talk. Why do I have a podcast? I can't even speak English. And I do appreciate. I really love our time when we go eat because Dan. One thing about Dan really loves food the way I do. You know what I mean? So it's like when I meet someone like that who's really into it, it's great. It's like something you share, like sports people. Like when you get two guys talking about football or whatever. And I was thinking maybe we can talk to everybody about El Cid, which is amazing.
El Cid, one of my favorite places to eat, and fortunately for me, it's a 15-minute drive from my house, which is all the better. But I would drive 2 hours and 15 minutes to get there if I had to, because it's just that good.
Well, why don't you tell our listeners? Why don't you tell our listeners and Bitch Jay about? I love saying that. About describe El Cid a little bit. Like what kind of place is it? The type of food. Give us a little explanation.
Well, it's in Paramus, New Jersey, and it's Spanish, traditional like Spanish Portuguese type cuisine, which traditionally is huge portions of very, very great food, steak and veal, and tons of seafood and chicken dishes, homemade, freshly prepared soups, etc. And did I mention big portions? Because I'll say that 5 or 6 times because that's really what lures me and Paulie over there or to any place. If the reputation is that they serve a huge amount of food, I think we consider it a personal challenge to go there and be able to devour everything in front of us. And then the quality of it is really an afterthought. But in the case of El Cid, the quality is top-notch.
Oh, yeah.
Top-notch.
He took me, he was telling me about this for a long time. And, finally we got to go there. We went there a couple times. I mean, Bitch Jay, are you into prime rib? Are you a prime rib guy?
I'll eat a prime rib.
All right. Well, this, I'm telling you, I don't even know how to describe it. It was the most amazing prime rib I've ever had, and it was gigantic.
But it's in Jersey.
I know, but I know.
The best way to describe it, Paulie,
yeah.
Remember that steak that flipped over Fred Flintstone's car in the opening role of the show?
Yeah, it's true. I know it sounds funny, but that's what I thought when I saw it. It looked like a Flintstone portion because it had like these giant bones sticking out, and it was like, how tall would you say it was?
I'd say it stood
6, 7 inches?
4 to 6 inches tall, and I think it's roughly 2.5 to 3 pounds. It's like 40 to 48 ounces.
So it's like a tasty aborted fetus.
Ah.
Yeah, Paulie just made the hand gesture to show like how long 4 inches is.
I'm like 4 inches. It's about this, and I'm like, that's like a foot. Because my eyes are big. I have big eyes when it comes to food, so it's like.
Well, Paulie, would it be safe to say that it's the largest slab of meat that you've ever put in your mouth?
Yes! Oh, my God. It's the only slab of meat I ever put in my mouth. No, it is humongous, but more so than humongous because what I find sometimes you get big portions and the taste is not there. And I have to say, that was incredible. The flavor, we got a medium rare, and it was just amazing from the beginning to the end. It was incredible. And I've polished it off.
I've eaten prime rib. Yeah, I'll get to Paulie's amazing eating talents in a minute. And afterwards, I'll tell you how much food he can consume. But, the great thing about it, I've had prime rib all over the country and in other parts of the world as well. This absolutely has the best flavor. I mean, your prime rib has three distinct tastes because you kind of have like the meat on the outer perimeter, which kind of has a pot roast kind of taste.
Yeah.
And then your center meat, which is kind of like a filet mignon kind of flavor. And then you have obviously your rib meat, which tastes like, ribs, and not like baby back ribs, but front ribs, giant
beef ribs, like real beef ribs. Yeah, I personally, for me, I loved the very first bite, which I guess we'd call the outer rim, that you were talking about. That to me, that whole outer section was the most amazing because you got like the sort of the charred outside, and then you get a little bit of that medium rare, and you get them together, and it was delectable. It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. And let me cut in. Paulie, me and him always go back and forth over who can consume the greater mass quantities. And Paulie's right up there with the best of them because we each had one of these prime ribs, and Paulie polished his off. And then I was like, no meal is complete with just turf. We have to add a little surf. So we ordered some Chilean sea bass as well. And again, that was
huge.
It was the entire fish. It was huge. It was probably the biggest portion of the largest bass found in the Chilean Sea.
It was at least 4 inches. I'm making hand gestures again. No, I would say like if have you ever had sea bass, Big Jay? Yeah. Okay, so I can't hear you.
Yeah.
When you have like fish, right? What's like the normal portion? Probably 6 ounces, I guess they give you. Maybe 8 the most, right?
Plus, I don't eat like a normal human being.
No, but I'm saying a standard restaurant, what they give you.
Yeah, probably like 8 to 12, maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't think 12.
I'm totally making up things.
No, it's
like
usually about 6 to 8 ounces. Let's just say, Dan, is it safe to say this was probably the equivalent of like 6 portions of fish at another restaurant? I looked at it.
The equivalent of like 5 or 6 main course portions.
Yes, and most restaurants. And I looked at it, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I could not believe what I was looking at. And it was amazing, like soft, and it was covered. Was that butter or was that lemon or like a lemon butter something?
I think it was like a lemon butter with maybe like a light like paprika in there as well.
Oh, dude. And what's great is too, they give you like a whole side of rice, and then they give you the potato. What was those? Just fried potato chips, I guess, right?
Yeah, they're like fresh thick cut potato chips, which they make right there, and they're not potato chips like you would obviously get at a convenience store that you would dip in sour cream dip, but they're fresh cooked, like thick sliced potatoes, so they're crunchy on the outside, but they still have like that moistness of a potato as if you were eating like baked potato or sliced potato inside each chip.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you. The chips for me didn't do it. They were a little bit like, I don't know. It was like a waste of stomach space because they were good, but they were a little just. If you like that stuff, for me. It was just not. I'd rather have the rice or a baked potato or something like that.
I missed the introduction.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Get closer to. This is one of our producers, not Alex, the famous producer that we introduced to you before, but this is we'll call him Beck.
Beck the janitor.
Beck the janitor. What do you want to say, Beck?
What was the name of the restaurant?
El Cid, ELCID, and I guess it's a tribute to the movie El Cid from the '60s that starred Charlton Heston.
Not the starting pitcher for the Mets in 1986.
Probably not.
No. We don't even. I mean, if we're going to talk about minor league ball clubs, I mean that's for another show, isn't it?
Oh, holy shit!
Sorry, Yankee fan. What can I say?
So my next question is: back to the
year.
Restaurant. Was there a theme to the restaurant? I missed the whole intro. Like, is it like?
Well, the theme is like
Americana?
Spanish Portuguese.
Spanish, yeah.
So it's Spanish Portuguese cuisine. It's kind of done up inside, kind of almost like a castle-like environment. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
like large wood columns and broadswords mounted on some of the columns.
It's it has a very old
level to the place.
Very old school, traditional like old school.
Like a VFW for a LARPer?
No, not at all. It's a very nicely decorated. I don't even know how to say it. I wouldn't say medieval. I would say like 18th or 19th century Spanish decor.
Yeah. It's got that kind of feel. So anyway, but listen, I strongly recommend it. And anyone who where is it again in Jersey? What's the area?
It's actually I have the business card here. It's 205 Paramus Road in
Okay.
Paramus, New Jersey, which is right up. It's close to Routes 4, 208, Garden State Parkway, 17, etc.
Look at you.
And
That's not near.
if you want to get a look at it, and you have like The Sopranos, I think first or second season on DVD, they did shoot an episode or a scene from The Sopranos in there. If you remember early on in the series, when those two like wannabe kids.
remember.
I'll probably just go to Google Maps or something.
No, but I think it's kind of cool that it was featured. I think it's kind of cool that it was featured in an episode of Sopranos. I think that's kind of cool.
Tony and Big Pussy had a.
What? Hello?
Yeah, pretty much I suck cock. Jersey's cool. Fuck you.
Oh, stop it. I think we lost Dan. What happened? Oh, shit. We lost Dan.
He probably got mad at me.
Yeah,
because
no.
I made fun
Oh,
of
wait.
him.
Are you there?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be your phone system. Get that janitor back on the board and get him to level everything out, right?
All right, listen, we got to wrap this up because we're going way over our time. But we will talk more again. We're going to go to next time. You're taking me. What's the next place? We're going to do the Flamin' Filet Mignon, right? At
We
Don
did the
Pepe?
Filet Mignon at Don Pepe 2, which is in Pine Brook, New Jersey.
Don
We
Pepe
did the first
2.
one.
Where is that? Where is that?
Yeah, we went to the first. We went to Don Pepe, the original in Newark, months and months ago.
Yeah.
And then
This
we're going
place
to go
is in
to
Jersey,
the.
dude.
Well, because that's where we do it. That's where he's out. He's residing right now. So I go out there. But I'm trying to drag him into the city, right? Dan, you promised me you'll take a trip into the city, right?
I've lived in the city many years. I probably eat as many meals in the city as I do outside of the city. But I try to drag you off of your home turf
Right.
and have you experience some
No, I'm
dining,
glad. I'm glad.
fine dining outside of your area.
Awesome. Well, listen, we'll do it again, and thank you so much for the review and for calling in. And I will see you later. Okay,
All right, guys, call me after the show. Love the show, guys. Have a good one.
Dan. Thanks so much. All right. Well, listen, that is Dan, the Song Parody Man from the Howard Stern Show. I trust me when I say this. This place is amazing. I don't know how their other stuff is. I only had the prime rib and the sea bass so far, but the prime rib is outrageous, and it is the biggest prime rib, biggest piece of meat on a plate that I've ever seen. It's incredible. So I strongly recommend it. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. I think, well, you know what? For our bonus material in episode 5, I'm going to call my brother Dave because we had an interesting experience at Dallas BBQs yesterday.
Oh, I love Dallas BBQ.
See, I like Dallas BBQ.
What time did you go
too.
last night?
No, it was afternoon, probably like 3 o'clock or something. But we had, wait until I tell you this story. We had a waiter.
Oh,
that
no,
was
save it for the internet.
well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just
All right.
saying a waiter who just went off the deep end.
Okay.
It was crazy. So I want David to get on the line. But that'll be the bonus material. So if you want to hear that, got to go to thePaulieZshow.com. Remember, it's Paulie with an I-E and the letter Z like zebra. And if you want to email me and tell us what you think of the show or recommend some great restaurants in your neck of the woods, email me at yopaulie@thePaulieZshow.com. All right, so that is it for this episode. I will talk to you later.
With the radio.